Hello, my dear students. Today you have gathered here with me with the Form 5 English Literature lesson, Romeo and Juliet. SOW reference, Romeo and Juliet, Act 4, Scene 4 to 5. The Scene 4 of the Act 4 starts with the Capulet household preparing for Juliet's wedding to Paris. The scene takes place in the hall of the Capulet's house. So the Lady Capulet enters the scenario and Lady Capulet addresses the nurse. "Hold, take these keys and fetch more spices, nurse." The nurse says they call for dates and quinces in the pastry. During this moment, Capulet enters. "Come on, wake up, wake up." The second cock crowed. The curfew bell rang. "It's 3 o'clock. Go get the baked meats, good Angelica. Don't worry about the cost." Okay, so the original text is there for you, so that I will read you the paraphrase or the simplified version of the given particular text so that it will be more clear for you to understand. And then the nurse says, "Go, you old housewife, go to bed, dear. You'll be sick tomorrow because you stayed up all night." And Capulet says, "No, not at all." "What? I've stayed up all night many times before for less important matters, and I've never gotten sick." "Yes, you've been a ladies' man in your time, but I'll make sure you don't stay up any later now." So there is a small cold war going on between Lady Capulet and Capulet, and the Lady Capulet and nurse exits from the scene. And then Capulet gets annoyed with Lady Capulet, and he mentions a jealous woman. During this time, 3 or 4 serving men enter with spits, logs, and baskets. "Now, fellow, what have you got there?" And the first servant replies, "Things for the cook, sir, but I know not what." So he tells things to cook, sir, but I don't know what they are. And Capulet says, "All right, hurry up, make haste, make haste." The first serving man exits. To second serving man, "You fetch the logs that are drier than these. Call Peter, he'll show you where they are." And the second serving man comes. "I'm smart enough to find the logs myself without bothering Peter." The second serving man exits. And Capulet tells, "Right and well said. That guy's funny. He's got a head full of logs. Goodness. It's daylight. The Count will be here soon with music. At least, he said he would. I hear him coming near." And the music is being played off stage while the nurse returns to the stage. "Go wake Juliet. Go and get her dressed. I'll go and chat with Paris." "Hey, hurry up. Hurry up. The bridegroom is ready. Already here. Hurry up, I say." And then they all exit. And now, here we come with scene 5. The nurse is entering to the stage and then calls up for Juliet. "Mistress, hey mistress." "Juliet? Bet she's fast asleep." "Hey lamb." "Hey lady." "Hey you lazy bones." "Hey you." "I say." "Madam, sweetheart." "Hey bride." "What? You don't say a word. You take your beauty sleep now? Get yourself a week's worth of sleep tomorrow night. I bet Count Paris won't let you get much rest. God forgive me." "All right, and amen." "How sound asleep she is. I must wake her up." "Madam, madam." "Yet let the Count take you in your bed. He'll wake you up, I bet, won't he?" And then she opens the bed curtains. She unrolls the curtains. You're still dressed in all your clothes, but you're still asleep. I must wake you up. Lady, lady. Oh no, oh no. Help! My lady's dead. Oh, curse the day, and I was born. Oh, get me some brandy, my lord, my lady. Alright, and then she starts yelling, saying that she's dead. Juliet is dead. With the time, Lady Capulet enters, and then she asks, what's all this noise in here? And then the nurse says, oh, sad day. And then she says, Lady Capulet says, what's the matter? Look, look, oh, what a sad day. And now she starts yelling and lamenting over the particular situation. And then Lady Capulet starts lamenting over her daughter's body. Oh, my child, my reason for living. Oh, wake up, look up, oh, I'll die with you. Help, help, call for help. And then Capulet enters the scene as well. For shame, bring Juliet out here, her bridegroom is here. So Capulet asking Lady Capulet and the nurse to bring Juliet because the groom is already here. And the nurse shouts, she's dead, deceased, she's dead, curse the day. And Lady Capulet says, curse the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. Now, it's a big hassle in the castle with the announcing of the death of Juliet, which is totally fake. And then Capulet says, no, let me see her. Oh no, she's cold, her blood has stopped, and her joints are stiff. She's been dead for some time. She's dead, like a beautiful flower, killed by an unseasonable frost. Okay, so Capulet goes and checks on his daughter, and then he starts lamenting over Juliet too. And then during this time, Friar Lawrence and Paris enter with the musicians, and Friar Lawrence as well. Come, is the bride ready to go to church? Okay, so Friar is searching for the bride to go to the church to get the rituals done, but Capulet is giving the reply as she's ready to go, but she'll never return to Paris. Oh son, on the night before your wedding day, death has taken your wife. There she lies. She was a flower, but death deflowered her. And then the next part comes with Paris. So he says, have I waited so long to see this morning, only to see this? Now, the lamenting of the bridegroom starts as well. So one by one, it's escalating to all the characters which is there in the castle, with the news firing up saying that Juliet is dead. And Lady Capulet says, accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day. This is the most miserable hour of all the time. I had only one child, one poor and loving child, the one thing I had to rejoice and comfort myself, and cruel death has stolen it from me. And the nurse says, oh pain, full painful day, the saddest day, most painful day. There has never been so black a day as today. Oh painful day, oh painful day. So repetitively the nurse says the same phrase because she could not bear the particular situation, because she was more like a mother to Juliet. So when she gets to know that she is dead, when she by herself discovered that Juliet was dead, she could not stop helping about it. She started yelling, lamenting. So her feeling, her lamentable feeling, her sadness is being portrayed in a very strong manner in here, with the repeating of the same phrase over and over again in the text. And then Capulet comes, despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed. Why did this have to happen now? Why did death have to ruin our wedding? Oh child, my soul and not my child. You are dead. Oh no, my child is dead. My child will be buried, and so will my joys. Okay, because she is the only child in the family. The father, the mother, and the ones who are around who really loves her is having a very sad and a woeful day. Moving on to the next part, Friar Lawrence starts this way. Be quiet, for shame. The cure for confusion is not yelling and screaming. You had this child with the help of heaven. Now heaven has her. So that was his reply as a priest or as a clergy during that time. So she is in a better place. You could not prevent her from dying someday, but heaven will give her eternal life. The most you hoped for was for her to marry wealthy and rise up the social ladder. That was your idea of heaven. And now you cry, even though she has risen up above the clouds as high as heaven itself. Oh, in this love, you love your child so badly that you go mad even though she is in heaven. It is best to marry well and die young, better than to be married for a long time. Dry up your tears and put your rosemary on this beautiful corpse. And in accordance with custom, carry her to the church in her best clothes. It's natural for us to shed tears for her. But the truth is, we should be happy for her. So as a clergy, it is the same in the current society. Clergies are supposed to give peace to the mindsets of the people. Alright. So it's the same thing. It was the same thing during that time as well. So as a friar, what does Friar Lawrence do? He consoles the people who were lamenting over her dead body. And then Capulet's words were, all the things that we prepared for the wedding party will now be used for the funeral. Our happy music will now be sad. Our wedding banquet will become a sad burial feast. Our celebratory hymns will change to sad funeral marches. Our bridal flowers will cover a buried corpse, and everything will be used for the opposite purpose from what we intended. So we can see that how disturbed the mind of Capulet is because of the sudden death of her daughter. And then Friar Lawrence says, Sir, you go in, and Madam, go with him, and you go to Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to take this beautiful corpse to her grave. The heavens hang threateningly over you for some past sin. Don't disturb the heavens anymore by trying to go against the heavens' will. Okay, so he is preaching from the perspective of the religion, but at the same time the ones who are around her starts lamenting, and then he sends everyone away and he advises everyone to start up with the funeral rites. And Lady Capulet, Paris, and Friar Lawrence, everyone exit from the scene. And the first musician comes. Well, we can put away our pipes and go home now. Okay, because there's nothing that we can do. Everything is being done, and everything changed. The plot changed in an unexpected manner, so they decide to go. And the nurse says, honest good boys, put them away. As you know, this is a sad case. And the nurse also exists by asking them to go away. Yes, well, things could get better. And then Peter enters. Musicians, play Heart's Ease. Oh, I'll die if you don't play Heart's Ease. Why Heart's Ease? Oh, musicians, because my heart is singing, my heart is full of woe. Oh, play me some happy sad song to comfort me. And the first musician says, no, not a sad song. It's not the right time to play. Then Peter is asking, so aren't you going to play that? And then he's telling, no, I'm not. Then I'll really give it to you. What will you give us? No money, I swear, but I'll play a trick on you. I'll call you a minstrel. then I'll call you a serving creature. Okay, now between Peter and the musician, there is an encounter goes on. Likewise, he's having a bit of a cold war with the musicians during this time. In this manner, an encounter goes on between the Peter and the musicians. So the scene 5 ends from that scene. So this will be a summary for Act 4, Scene 4 to 5. I will read it out for you. Early the next morning, the Capulet house is aflutter with preparations for the wedding, and Capulet sends the nurse to go wake Juliet. She finds Juliet dead and begins to wail. Soon joined by both Lady Capulet and Capulet. And then Paris arrives with Friar Lawrence and a group of musicians for the wedding. When he learns what has happened, Paris joins in the lamentations. The friar reminds them all that Juliet has gone to a better place and urges them to make ready for the funeral sorrowfully and comply and exit. And then left behind, the musicians begin to pack up, their task cut short. Peter and the Capulet servant enters and asks the musicians to play a happy tune to ease his sorrowful heart. And the musicians refuse, arguing that to play such music would be inappropriate. Angered, Peter insults the musicians, who respond in kind after singing a final insult at the musicians. Peter leaves. The musicians decide to wait for mourners to return so that they might get to eat the lunch that they'll be served. So that's how these two scenes are going on. So I hope that you all understood what the particular scenario was during these two scenes in Act 4. When it comes to the themes, it is the forcefulness of love and love as a cause of violence. These two main themes are highly portrayed in this part of drama. So, for more information, you can visit this site which is related to Spark Notes. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.